Welcome to another Sengoku Jidai battle. This is another red versus blue, 1575 to 1582 battle. Looks like we've got a nice flat field, mostly open. But I think I still won't really bother with cavalry. We'll bring Teppo Ashigaru, even the large unit, max on Yari Samurai and Yari Ashigaru. And the question is, what else do I want to fill out with? Sohei, nice and cheap because they don't have armor. Could bring heavy Yeti Samurai for the extra armor. I generally don't like spending points on armor. Maybe look at the large unit instead. They are resilient. Look at the Naginata Ashigaru, 36 points. And the large unit, again for resilience. After that, I might get a cheap unit of cavalry just in case. And 56 points is enough to get a couple of raw units of archers for some light missile support. So my apologies, it's early for this, but I already lost a turn of audio. This is just a quick 1-minute deployment. So we're sitting on a pretty open battlefield. So basically all I'm trying to do is get my cavalry on the wing, my spearmen, and a few matchlock men to the front, my squishable raw archers behind, and my swordsmen and weaker melee troops also in reserve. In addition, there's that big marsh on the left I tried to deploy so that I can fill it with matchlock men and give them some melee support from our Ashigaru swordsmen. As the swordsmen provide no impact POA, we'll keep the Naginata heavy weapon Ashigaru in reserve for the center battle because they do get impact, at least against infantry, though not cavalry. But I'm not expecting a whole lot of cavalry anyway. And our commander, normally I stick him in a forest or something, but I'll just shove him pretty much smack dab in the middle. That's fine. Right, let's see his composition and deployment. Defensive deployment. I think I'm okay with that. It'll give me time. Some expensive units in there as well. Okay, we'll inch forward. Not too quickly because we need to make sure everyone's deployed properly. Cavalry can swing to the right. His cavalry is superior, so we'll need to watch out for it. There's more than one unit of it, so we'll need to make sure our Yari Ashigaru are close by in support. For forest fighting, we'll want the Naginata, as they're only moderately disordered, whereas the spears are heavily disordered. So we'll probably want to just shift these 5 units to try to fight their way through the forest, if they can. We might want to find a way to get our archers a little bit to the right as well, to shoot up his horsemen should they approach. Next turn. Missile troops in the woods, that makes sense. Okay. Get out of the way. When we do push, we'll probably want to make sure to send the unit into this forest first just to make sure it's clear, and then inch forward here to get sight lines before we push in. Eight units of Yeti Samurai of various sorts to our 5. Alright. So we might need to be ready to pull back with this right flank. We'll see. Next turn. Does have a number of supports in there. But I think we do slightly outnumber his army. Let's see, I suppose. Oh yeah, we have a decent numerical advantage. Good. And stretch the line out. Fall back. We want to try to make contact with his weaker right, if at all possible. Next turn. Okay, let's turn these guys, advance these, push, and in the meantime, I think we need to be prepared to run away from this hard-hitting left wing that he's bringing up. Yep, run, run, run. I'm going to try to avoid contact here. I mean, eventually we'll have to turn and fight and push on his right if we can. No bullshit, straight at them, he says. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, I guess which means I am just full of bullshit. Happens. Hopefully then that's the entire army and there's no one else hiding back here. Let's find out. I was half expecting a blast of arquebus fire, but no. Alright, in that case, wheel down. And where to move our matchlock men? Send our greetings to this unit. Hello. And let's pop out. Say hello. Good. and Yari. There we go. We'll start an envelopment. Meantime, let's pull back, keep pulling back. Then if these all turn to face, then we turn back around. Otherwise, we keep pulling back and engaging his wing. Yeah, we're still out of musket shot. That's good. Okay. And that's the plan. Next turn. He'll need to cover that, and he does. Hold firm, yes, good. Excellent. Charge. Good. And there we go. Raw, so they disrupted right off the bat. Fire. Charge. Into the... oh no. Oh no. Oh good. Alright, that works. That works. And then do we, what? Pin the cavalry or just... now let's just push on ahead. They hold firm. Okay. This unit will keep arcing around. I guess we're going to ignore the forest, and when these Ashigaru rally up, we'll have them hit the Honjing. Okay, in the meantime, question is, do we stand now, or do we keep falling back? Maybe we stand on the edges, but I see no reason to engage quite yet. Yeah, we'll keep withdrawing, just for the moment, so that we have more time for these units to arc in and get involved. And then, you know, whether he turns around or follows up, either way, next turn we'll turn around to engage. Next turn. Griebel asks, so what are you planning? I wasn't planning on that. Well, we'll have to let them go, I suppose. Right, our Ashigaru will push towards his Honjin. And charge. Fragged, and then we start pushing towards his flanks. Turnabout. Okay, meantime, we can take cover in the rough ground. Do we turn around? Nope, not yet. Keep running, because we're winning here. And if we can wrap this up and then pincer, then it would be worth turning around. I wish I had these reversed now so I could have the archers in the woods. But I don't think there's a way I can manage that, so we just need to move. I think if I move here, I'm safe from the cavalry for one more turn. Guess there is one way to find out. Well, if he does catch me with a rear charge, it's only what I deserve. Next turn. Okay, good. I was afraid this cavalry would be able to catch my Yeti Samurai. Well, first off, we take them in the flank. And next, can start moving our Teppo over. How bad is this? If we survive impact, it works. Good. So hopefully we can gradually grind down his commander without committing any more than the single unit of trash. Okay, in the meantime we have to turn and face our fears. We will be losing these raw archers, but hopefully these guys can get into the wood. Alright, so we've got a little flank going here, potentially, but we do have some weak units about to impact some very strong units, so we need to hope to hold on long enough for our friends to arrive. Next turn. I was afraid that might happen. These guys are raw, they'll probably disrupt. Ooh. Oh no! Oh, it's terrible. The whole wing is gonna go. I'll have to try to anchor the flank on this forest then. Oh. Vicious. Oh, they're charging right into our disrupted spears. And our cavalry is to zone of control locked and pinned, and they'll get shot to death next. Lovely. On the bright side, might be able to make a virtue out of this not very virtuous situation. Wheel about, pin them in. Okay. Go for a flank. In the meantime, gonna go for the rough ground. Lock them in. Push. Oh, it's so damned far. Break this Yadiashikari unit. Now, if we're lucky, we'll be able to start rolling this line. But no, they only disrupted. So it was a nice, clean beginning, and now it's going to get messy. At least that'll keep it interesting. Next turn. Ah. Wanted that to go better. Held firm and fell back. Could be worse. That unit is already disrupted. So that's a problem. And they held firm, impacting my cavalry, so they're screwed. Excellent. That's a pretty key disruption. Good. So, now that the general's out of the way, much better. Should take out this Honjim at some point, and that'll be a nice big chunk of route percent. In the meantime, let's fire, shuffle these out of the way, and open up as well. These poor archers will have to just take one for the team. And what? Join the fray? Join the fray. In the meantime, this unit's actually going to turn around because things are about to go very bad down here. Right, who's left? You. We could general up on here, I suppose, but it's not really worth it. How bad is that? Bad enough that I don't want to reinforce it. Alright, good enough for now then. Got a GG. Could it be? Still only up 9. And that's not looking very promising. So I don't know that this is actually over. Those are his men rallying. Yeah, this isn't looking very completed. Yeah, this is not done. I mean, I appreciate the sentiment. But it's completely even, so... A bit early, dude. A bit early. Okay, we're gonna try something a little risky, but hoping we pursue into this cavalry and not this disrupted unit. Speaking of which, let's... Well, that could be better. Okay, we'll lock in this Yari Samurai with our Naginata Ashigari, which get 0 impact against cavalry because they're a heavy weapon and not spear. And continue to ever so slowly get into the main action. Those are his men flanking. So again, I just fail to see how this is over. Next turn. There we go. Just need that Honjing to go down and that should help our percent substantially. Ooh. That's a unit I was really hoping to have out of the way. Do we hold? Yes, we do. Escaped into the forest, lucky him. So now we're losing. by 12%. Okay, what are we gonna do here? For one thing, escape the charge range of these pursuing swordsmen. Okay. Next up. Push here. Good. Disruption. And here. Now someone's going to be lurking back there soon. Let's push past. This is disordering, but we really need to just present a flank threat to this unit. Okay. Then what? Do I bother shooting? I don't think so. Good. Now we bother shooting. If he charges, then we discharge him in the rear. He's unlikely to be able to break me in a single round of combat, so hopefully we can start catching up. How close are we to this? They're at least. They're not going to auto-break yet. Next turn. Good. That helps quite a bit. Oh no. We could get double dropped and broken there. Let's find out. Ooh. 42. Yep, lost a large unit. Disrupted, and they're out of charge range. Real mess. Well, let's get into contact to avoid getting shot at anymore. Then wheel about to flank next turn. We can open up. Stay in the wood, where both units will be severely disordered, so our disruption shouldn't matter there. Very good. They held firm. Too bad. But although they have melee and impact POA, we don't. We do have numbers. It's a small unit, so we should get a combat strength modifier in our favor. Alright, so it's starting to come together, although it has not been very clean. At least it was fun, he says, so presumably it's over. Impact was all we need to withstand there. Very good. So my cowardly plan did work, just not as well as I thought it would. 40 to 60 is not the most decisive win, but in the end, the return of my flanking troops was what sealed the deal. One more thing to note, although I am down 100 POA in this interaction, the disparity in numbers is so great that I'm actually up 15 to 7 win to loss percents, so that's nice. A good game to Gribble, as always. Till next time.